Let's set up the lighting. I will start by overriding the material. Let's preserve the glass. This way, we don't have to exclude the glass models. I will create the sun in the top view. Do it from the top right corner. Let's see how it looks. We also have to preserve the opacity to have an accurate representation of the trees. I will move the sun a little bit down. Let's lock the view so we only render a camera view. I will move it further from the scene. It will lower the angle of the sun. I will slightly adjust the height. Great. Let's add the fog. Open the material editor and add Corona volumetric material. Then plug this material into a global volume slot in the render settings. Let's see how it looks rendered. We don't see anything because we have to make some changes to the material. First, we have to increase the distance. With the value set to 0, the effect is disabled. Above 0, the smaller the distance, the more dense the fog becomes. We don't see much because we have to adjust the scattering color. Let's make it whiter. I will copy the same color as the absorption color. Now you can see that we have a very strong fog. I will increase the directionality. Using directionality, we can influence the sharpness of the fog. Lower values will give softer results, while higher values will give sharper results. The light will be more visible on the fog. Using this method, we don't have too much control. I can show you how we can control this better. Let's turn off the material override as the materials will affect the fog appearance a lot. I will switch off the global volume material in the settings. Next, let's create two boxes in the scene which will be volumes for our fog. One which will cover the background and another one for the foreground. If you're using version 10 of the Corona renderer, you don't have to worry about this. But if you use the older version, make sure that the camera is outside of the box. Make the box cover the whole frame though. Next, let's add the first volumetric material to the background box, then duplicate it and add it to the foreground box. Now we can control each fog separately. Let's hide the foreground box and see how it looks rendered. I think it's too strong as we cannot see the lake's edge. So I will increase the distance. I think it looks better now. Let's set up the light mix in the meantime. Also, I will add the volumetric pass so we can check how the fog looks on the separate render element. Unhide the foreground box and adjust its material. I will also make it less dense by increasing the distance. Let's see how it looks on the volumetric pass. Looks great. I'm happy with the result. We have less dense fog in the foreground than in the background. Using this method, we have much more control. Next, let's add the clouds to the sky. I will place the sky map in the material editor and enable the clouds. Let's hide the fog boxes for now so we can see the sky better. I will add highlight compression to the image and increase the value a little bit so the bright areas are not overexposed. Next, let's increase the amount of clouds. And here it is. We have a couple of nice clouds in the sky. I like it. I don't want to have too much clouds here. Make sure the shadowing from clouds is disabled in the sun's settings, as I don't want to have any additional shadows. And hide the fog too to see if everything looks good. Great! Lastly, let me show you a trick. We can select the fog boxes and in the properties check display as a box. This way we can easily select the objects in the scene. Otherwise, each time we click in the camera view, we would select the box.